Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Nikki here, and today I'm going to do a flip through of what has evolved into my relatively easy daily memory keeping, because I found that over time, if you try and make things too complicated, you don't stick with it. So this is my Stalogy, my B6 Stalogy, which is chunking up very nicely. That was supposed to be my daily craft, art, journal, whatever you want to call it. And it all started out wonderful. I was doing something every day and it was great. And then we got closer to Christmas and it started to wane. And the one thing I did do that I decided to start in January was to use this for memory keeping. So I already have a flip through of the previous things that I did, and where I'm going to start this one is at the start of autumn, so that's March here in Australia, and I will just show you what it has evolved to, how simple it is, and maybe give you some inspiration if you want to do some memory keeping but you don't have time to print a million photos every week or whatever. Maybe this might be something that would suit you. So I love to do a decorative spread at the start of each month, and in this case, because it is the start of autumn, I added that little page there. This is a great way to use up your sticker stash, especially if you're a planner girl, and no doubt you have plenty of stickers to play with, just like me. So I'm happy to put them to use, and I love doing this. So I allow 2 pages for each week. And a couple of times I have had to add a third, but most of the time I write down enough to remember what happened on that day. I use stickers, washi tape, whatever I feel like. I just have to come up with a simple little bit of decorative spread just because it looks cute and it makes me do something creative. And then I write around whatever decoration I have put down. It's very simple. So of course this week we have a coffee spread. Then I was doing a weekly challenge that involved gluing down pretty things and doing some collage. So I did keep that up for a few weeks, but even that went by the wayside. This was some of the writing that went with that challenge. So I sort of was doing that journaling. But more importantly, again, I did do my weekly check-in. There's another collage that I did. Again, followed with my weekly one. This was for St. Patrick's Day. So of course there's a little bit of green and fun and good luck charms on that one. Again, did that weekly collage. This was a very sad week. At the beginning of last year, we had horrific fires. And then in March, there was some absolutely astronomical flooding. I was perfectly safe where I was, but there were many parts of Australia that had gone through horrific fires and now they had to face floods. So this week, I just sort of dedicated to remembering the trauma that people were going through. We had plenty of rain here, but at least I was safe. Then, of course, we have an Easter week. Had some fun with some stamping and just pretty Easter deco. Then we're heading into April. Just playing with my stash. Like every week it's something a little bit different. And if something major is happening in that week, for example, in Australia, we do celebrate Anzac Day with a public holiday to remember soldiers that went to war to help keep our country safe. So I always like to do a spread that involves Anzac Day, and the flower that is used is poppies. So I cut these out and added a bit of watercolor and of course just sort of based my spread on that. This was another one of those weekly. Look, I made it to week 16. I'm not sure how much further, and then I finally gave up on that. Prompt was creative. Absolutely loved doing this one because, look, all my favourite toys involve creativity. And so I loved doing that spread. Then I went to a wedding on this week. So that was very exciting because with all the lockdowns and all the other not so fun things COVID have brought us, this wedding I went to, they had cancelled and rebooked and cancelled and rebooked. They got to have their wedding. So that was very exciting. And I just stuck some photos. This is a group of planner girls. That's how I met these people. They're fabulous ladies, and so that was great fun. Then this was Mermaid. This was for May, so I've got a lot of mermaid related spreads because I'm sure I should have been born a mermaid. And so we're going all out with mermaids and fish and all those fun things. Now, this is a week where I didn't have enough room to fit the weekend in, so I wrote continued down and I popped some photos in there. This, of course, included Mother's Day, and I actually got to see Mum for Mother's Day because we weren't in lockdown, so that was very exciting. And then I just continued on from there. Again, lots of mermaid themes, playing with different things. I don't always use stickers. I stamped and did some stenciling on this page, just trying something different. And then, of course, this all bled through. So I solved that problem and covered up that page with this gorgeous mermaid image that I bought in a kit from someone on Etsy. I thought, that's fine. Then we, this was sort of the very end of May. I think I was a little bit over mermaids. It was starting to get cool as we're heading towards winter. So, of course, I did another coffee spread. There's usually no shortages of those in my creative things. I had my very first COVID shot. I had AstraZeneca because of my age. That was the appropriate one they were using at the time. So I was very excited about that. So I wanted to keep that little piece of paper in there. So I just popped that in there. And then we have the start of winter. So obviously for us, that's June. So I've gone for a very sort of, you know, the darker, moodier tones that sort of represent life in winter. Now, of course, I did actually have to go up to the beach, so I couldn't resist throwing in a little bit of beach arrangement there because my mother had to go and have an operation, so I went up there to look after Dad while she had all that done. And even though it was a very, very tough week, I did manage to spend some time at the beach, so I did pop a few photos in there. And then what I tended to do, I meant to do something creative on these blanks that I left, you know, as I scrolled from one week to the next, but of course that never happened either. Just grabbed out a sticker book, I think it was an American Crafts one, and just used that for the entirety of that spread there. Oh, look, surprise, surprise, another coffee spread. And I just used a stamp to create little boxes to write in for each day. This one here, I'm getting sick of the bland and boring, so I went for a mega super colourful week just for something different. Then we get to July. This was all from a Catercraft sticker book. I love just grabbing one of my sticker books and just pulling things from it. Keeps it nice and simple. Again, another sort of, you know, duller colours, if that's the right word, because that sort of feels very wintry to me. But again, I'm using up my stash. This one here, I just decided to get a little bit crafty with my spread and pop down some craft related things. I got this fabulous sticker kit on a sale and I only used a small amount of it in my Hobonichi, so I put some of it down there, and also used the date covers because I don't use this style of date cover in my Hobonichi because it takes up too much space. So I thought, oh, what a great idea to use them in my memory keeping because it's a great way to actually use them up. Again, tried something different here. I tore up some strips of brown paper and stuck one down for each day. Again, just playing, trying something different, you know. Brisbane is awarded the 2032 Olympic Games, so of course that's quite exciting. So that got its own little notation there. This was another really easy one. This was just lots of washi. So I thought a nice little monochrome week, that seems quite appropriate for the middle of winter. And then just used a variety of number stickers that I had in a sticker book that I had. So popped those down. And then we go into August. Again, I've got the muted colours, but I've got a little hint of pink in there because spring is on its way. Then this one here, this is just little rubbish strips of paper that I was playing with out of a magazine. I actually stamped some labels and then I had this stuff left over. I went, oh, look, we'll put that down and we'll make little date thingamajigos. So that's what we did on that page. And no surprise, guess what? A little snap lockdown thrown in there. The trouble is with lockdowns, as annoying as it is for many people, my problem with it is I don't get to be locked down. I have to go to work and work is ridiculously busy. So I don't get to chill at home on lockdowns, which I know for some people has caused just as much stress as the pain I go through going to work. But oh my gosh, it does make for a very tough week because I work for one of Australia's main supermarkets and I'm an online supervisor. So obviously when we're in lockdown, online orders go through the roof, but we don't have extra staff to haul in, so we just have to do it. So it gets tough, but anyway, it was only a short lockdown. The only trouble is we were supposed to have a ball at the end of August. That got cancelled. We were supposed to do a fizzy interclub and that got cancelled. So yes, a little bit of not so much fun lockdown, but again, they're the sort of things I like to put into here because, and this way straight away, if I want to know when the last lockdown was, I can jump straight in here and it's easy for me to find. Then this one here, again, just mucking around with bits and pieces. It was census night in Australia. We do it once every 5 years. Every single household has to complete information about who lives in the house and where you work and all that sort of stuff. So I actually forgot to write it down on here, but I still had the form. So I stuck that down there. Had a lovely sushi train lunch, so I popped that in there as well. Then this one here, we're getting towards the end of August and the days are definitely getting a little warmer. So I sort of nudged into pastel land because I'm really looking forward to that. Just in case you didn't know, I detest winter. I can't stand it. So the minute it feels like winter's on its way out, I'm a very happy girl. Then I had to go up the coast to see my parents just for fun because I knew we wouldn't be there for Father's Day. And have a look. This is opposite where we had lunch. It is just a stunning part of the world. That's actually on Noosa River. And I did another photo of my fabulous Aperol Spritz. Then this is where we were having lunch. Look at that view. It's just beautiful up there. And of course, perfect day. My daughter and I then went down to the beach and had a lovely walk. And have a look how pristine. Peregian Beach is just magnificent. And I had a really fabulous ice cream. Just so you know, raspberry and creme brulee flavour is a fabulous combo. So I do occasionally throw pictures in if I go somewhere special or different. So don't always do it because it just takes so much time to go and print the photos and everything. And so I find if I must have photos every week, guess what? I won't keep this up. And this is where I'm going to quit this video because this is where spring starts. And I am very happy. I can definitely feel the temperature improving because I live in subtropical climate. Once spring is coming, it comes pretty fast. So the nights are still a bit chilly, but the days are magnificent. So I'm going to leave this here. I hope it's given you a little bit of inspiration if you want to start memory keeping, how simple you can keep it. And honestly, I've been doing this now since the 1st of January. It is now September and I have still done every single week. And for me, I start all these things and then I get busy and I don't keep them up. But this one I have, and guess what? I am going to be buying a brand new Stalogy and I'm going to continue to do the same thing next year. I have found a few challenges that go on during the year, and I'm going to try and include them so I do get a bit of variety in here, or I'll just do some glue booking. I don't know yet, but honestly, I'm so happy I've done this, and I'm very proud that I have made it through 8 full months without skipping a single week. So there we go. That's my B6 Stalogy flip through for now. Now, until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, and if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I would love it if you would. If you are into paper crafting, junk journaling, anything involving paper and glue and scissors, this is the place to be, because that's what I love sharing. So take care. Bye for now.